If you guys are still hanging in, hello everyone. I am so excited to have an amazing conversation with Moira Tumas, one of my favorite model, actress, reality stars, personality. She's so much fun and she's going to have so many good tips for us. And we're going to drink some delicious La Crema wine. Moira, I think I'm still looking a little pancakey.
Interesting.
It's interesting. That's okay. I think we should just go with it. Hi guys. So for everyone that's out there joining, Instagram is nothing but fun, and it always brings us these little treats where it does like kind of funny things with audio and video. So we'll see if it corrects itself. But honestly, this conversation is still going to be fantastic, even if we're like looking a little interesting. So Moira, first of all, thank you so much for just making the time tonight to sit with me, have a glass of wine, and just hang out and share so many secrets to wellness and balance and all the things I want to ask you. So I want to just give you a little cheers.
Cheers.
Ding ding.
Clink.
Yeah, almost like we're sitting together.
Oh my God, amazing.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
I
so
know. With COVID and everything, this feels good.
it does. And so that's kind of been one of my favorite things about like COVID is that just getting to reconnect with new friends over social media and Zoom and all the things. So I have a lot of questions for you because you have such an interesting career. You have so much going on. But before we get into all of that, I want to give a little shout out to La Crema Wines, who is sponsoring this conversation. They brought us together tonight. I am drinking the Sonoma Coast Chardonnay in my glass, but Moira, I know you are a famous red wine girl.
Yes, yes. I am drinking the Russian River Valley Pinot Noir.
So good. So one thing I love about La Crema that not a lot of people know is it's such a reliable, delicious wine that you can, count on your local store to be able to go and grab a bottle. But they are one of the founding wineries in the central coast of California. They are celebrated the 40th anniversary last year in the world of American wine. That's like OG. They're just
Wow.
incredible, and they are one of the leaders in sustainability in terms of winemaking in
Wow.
California. And I think for both of us, we're both into like wellness and doing things the right way for our planet. And La Crema is definitely leading the way with that whole movement. They have just been able to devote so many resources to sustainable farming and winemaking. So it's a wine that you can feel very good about drinking, and it's delicious at the same time.
So good.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're enjoying the Pinot Noir. I have the Chardonnay, and for me, I feel like opening a bottle of wine is just like an excuse to start a conversation. That's like the beauty of wine. It just brings everyone together. And I wanted to just kind of quickly touch on you and your background. I don't know if people know that you've been modeling and acting for like more than half of your life. You started really, really young. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I did. I started modeling. Okay, so it actually came from being able to like move my body well, which is I feel like right on topic of wellness because I've always had a lifestyle that's super active, playing sports, surfing in the summer in Jersey, you can on the coast can do that. And so when I started modeling, it felt natural. It felt almost easy because even I had taken dance classes before, and it took a little getting used to. But yeah, I picked it up, and then I just rolled with it. I was like getting good praise from the clients and from the photographers. So over time, I was like that I could see myself doing this full time, and yeah.
So do you feel in general like pretty comfortable in front of the camera, or did that take some time to build up that own confidence in yourself to just feel so natural?
Yeah, I mean, at first, it's definitely it takes some getting used to. I feel like even like this day and age, like everyone has a iPhone or a phone that has a camera, so like everyone's much more used to it. But when I first started getting in front of like the professional camera, for sure, I am like on the shyer side naturally. It's just more of an introvert. So to get that confidence, like you were saying, it was something that I had to work for, and it felt good when I started to like achieve that. And now I'm just like I'm like a wild girl in front of the camera. Yeah, anything goes. Well,
I feel like, I do a lot of on-camera work too. Obviously not at your level, but I definitely think like fake it till you make it was my philosophy in the beginning. Like you kind of have to like buck up and just act confident, and then at some point you end up actually being confident. It's funny how that happens.
yeah.
Then in terms of, talking about like moving your body, and you started out as a dancer, and obviously that's like very much a part of you. And I would love if you could share a little bit about, like, speaking of wine, I think we love wine, we know how to enjoy life, we know how to like understand like the pleasures of like good wine and food, but how to balance that out. Like, tell me about your fitness regimen. Like, what do you do to keep yourself like physically fit and still be able to enjoy your wine at the end of the day?
Yeah, I think the balance is so important for, and I had learned that over time too. I'm now 28. I'm proud to say it, but I think that learning about like regimen and learning about what works for you is like the most important thing you can do for yourself, because if something isn't working for your heart or mind, then it's just not going to work for you as a whole. So, like I learned that in the middle of my workday, if I am getting a little bit overwhelmed, I get on my bike and I put my headphones in and I just ride my bike around, and I really just give those endorphins like a chance to like breathe or whatever. And then I think that it's so important to want to do that in order to then, like at the end of the night, if you're itching for a glass of wine, to not hold back, to be able to give yourself that glass of wine, like get your favorite pajamas on, your favorite glass of wine, and listen to your podcast or read your book or whatever you want to do, and just really wind down.
Your leopard onesie.
Yeah.
Your leopard onesie that I'm obsessed with now. I'm gonna have to ask you to send me the link because I might have to get one of
Yeah.
my very own. But I loved what you just said. I think that I'm kind of similar, and a lot of us are, especially like in the age of COVID, that like there's a certain ritual about pouring that glass of wine at the end of the day. Like you can put on your pajamas, you can put on your favorite podcast, your favorite music, you can pour yourself a glass of wine, and that sort of is helping like transition the day to the evening, especially if we're not all like going on set and working or going to an office and working. And like we used to have, it used to be easier, I feel like, to kind of separate daytime and work time from like nighttime relax time. And for me, it's actually been really nice to have that little like wine ritual. Um, and yeah, someone in the comments is talking about self-indulgence.
Uh-huh.
And I think that's so funny. Like one person's self-care is kind of another person's self-indulgence. Do you agree?
Like how so? Because I'm interested in.
Like, yeah, like for someone, like a glass of wine feels like so indulgent because maybe they don't make a lot of time to do those kinds of things for themselves. And for me,
Mhm.
it's just like a natural part of my daily routine.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can really take it any way you want. And it depends on what you're doing for yourself. If you feel like you didn't deserve it, and then it probably feels like an indulgence. But if you're working really hard and you give yourself that time to like have that glass of wine, then yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on like how you see it,
Well,
if
and
that
what you
makes
said was so
sense.
smart, like deciding you deserve it. Because
Yeah,
that's not easy for
exactly.
everyone. That's
And
not
it's
always an easy
different.
thing.
Totally.
Exactly. When I was looking through your website and learning more about you, you just have this really great life philosophy that hard work is a huge part of what keeps you going, but you always make at a point to also have some fun.
Hmm. Definitely. Yeah. And I think that, yeah, like we were saying, the balance of being able to work and just take your career or whatever you need to do for yourself forward, but also to give yourself a little piece of fun. And it makes that work feel so much better when you can enjoy your glass of wine, or if you can like take that time to spend with your friends and have chats with them. So the balance is like key. It really is. It's key. And I feel like if you lose a little one or the other, it always comes back around. So like if I'm with my friends too much and then I start working hard, I'm like, ooh, that's what that felt like, and vice versa.
Yeah. And I think that's so true, just listening to yourself and
Hmm.
keeping tabs on yourself, like taking that moment. Um, One
Totally.
thing that I know everyone is curious about is just like, how is your life different now after Love Island? Have things changed a lot? How do you keep yourself like centered and down to earth now that you're like a very well-known personality? I'm sure you get recognized everywhere you go. Like, how is that? How has that been for you?
Well, thank you so much for that, by the way. It never gets old hearing it, but I think that definitely what has changed is the friends I've made and the experience that I've had. That for sure I will never be able to take back, or I can talk about it, but it's almost hard to explain because when you're there, it's kind of different. But it is really cool to have been able to even share that part of my life with TV. So it is cool to be able to like discuss like things with people, how my knee is, or people ask questions that felt personal at the time, and it turns out that they, were shared with everyone. So that's really interesting. I love taking that away from the experience, and I've grown a lot from that in itself. But I think now, not too, I hate to, not too much has changed. I'm
Aw.
still I'm still waking up. It's a weird time with COVID, so it makes it a little more difficult to want to even explore and all that goodness. But I'm just still waking up, checking my emails, pouring myself some coffee, and getting to work.
Oh my gosh, nothing is better than that like early morning coffee when you tackle the inbox. Someone wanted to
Yeah.
know Somebody wanted to know how you handled self-care on the island. How was that different than like being in your place at home?
That is such a good question. Because self-care on the island was a little different. We were sharing bathrooms with guys and sharing bathrooms, and it was like a big frat or sorority sharing everything. And so self-care was a little different. I think us girls definitely worked on sticking together on trying to create those moments where we were like, we need a mani pedi, we need to do some face cream and whatever we needed to do in order to stay like a little more sane with hanging out with so many people all the time.
Oh my gosh, like the Maddie Petty that gives you life. Like we all know
Ex-
that moment. How
yes.
restorative, something so small. And I feel like that is the recurring theme of our conversation. Like it's the little things. It's the Manny Petty. It's the good cup of coffee. It's the nice glass of wine. It's that moment you like hop on your bike and just take a few minutes to get those endorphins going. Yeah, is that balance is you just kind of have to make the decision that you deserve those indulgences or whatever you want to call them. And yeah, those little things are just so helpful.
Totally.
What is something that people think is really glamorous about being on TV that behind the scenes is not glamorous at all?
Yeah, I mean that, yeah. So it was it's funny because I am I am a reality TV show girl. I live for it. I am like, give me the glamour and the dirt or the hard mess because I love both sides. I think that one thing when I went into it that I didn't think about before was how it is like a real job, you know? So, um, having those experiences, those relationships with the cast, and really working for like that amazing interaction that everyone is just craving for. We worked, you know, more than 9 to 5 for those moments, and I don't think I don't know what I was expecting, but from a watching standpoint, it just feels so fun to be able to watch and judge and like agree with or disagree with or just enjoy it. And to be there, you know, you have to put the time in and you have to buckle up and really get to work and like make those connections happen. So that was something I wasn't expecting. And I'm so grateful for all of them because it's definitely made me grow to have a lot more new friends that I would never take
Aw.
back.
Well, someone asked what was one of the best parts of the experience, and I think you just answered your own question, like all the wonderful friends you made, and also, you know, pushing yourself to work those long hours and like learning how to, you know, what you said, like the dirt and the grit, like how to show all of that. You have to be so vulnerable to show that to nationwide TV. So props to you, girl. Honestly, cheers. That must be
uh,
so hard. And it's just, it's so cool that you got, you
Cheers!
know, yes. So I guess before we let you go, what's next for you? What's up next?
I would love to I don't know. I would love to continue this journey of being in front of the camera. I've really enjoyed my time on the violence. So even even another like dating show, just working hard. I love working. Believe me, I love working. So put me on another show or like working with more clients, working with more modeling gigs, acting. I'm here for all of it. I really am.
Oh my
And
gosh, so producers out there, if you need an actress, a model, or if you want to cast someone, she said she would go on another dating show. So I'm just going to say that for the record. It's a possibility. Shoot her a DM. Um, and Moira, we had just had one more person, I think, that missed the beginning that wanted to know what we were drinking. So I'll just conclude it. We'll have one final toast, but we are drinking La Crema wines tonight, of who is kindly sponsoring this segment. And I have Chardonnay, and then my girl Moira has the Russian River Valley Pinot. And we are giving you guys free ground shipping if you want to order your own La Crema for the holidays. And so you can go to Moira's stories or my stories. You can swipe up, and it'll take you to buy some La Crema wine. You just put the discount code is just Moira. So put that in there, get yourself some free shipping, enjoy some good wine this holiday. And again, Moira, this was so much fun. Thank you a million times for coming on with me. And I can't wait to see where you go and what you do. I'll be following.
thank you so much, Sarah. It was so great to talk to you. Felt like
Yes,
normalcy in this interesting time.
yes. And I will be messaging later to get the link for your leopard onesie. So we'll
Oh,
be in touch about that.
amazing. Sounds good.
All
Thank
right, take
you.
good night, take care, and everyone out there stay safe and healthy.
Bye.
Bye.